Welcome to Let's Listen, a video podcast in which we have conversations with IBMers about their own neurodiversity and, more importantly, their careers within IBM. I'm Andrew Williams, your IBM host today, and we'll be listening to Joshua Madison, a solution developer in the IBM Cloud Solution Engineering team, and they're in Sydney, Australia. Joshua joined us in about 2020 in IBM Australia. So firstly, welcome, Joshua, and maybe you could just tell us a little bit about you as a person and then a little bit about you as an IBMer.
Okay, so I am someone who identifies as being on the autism spectrum. I was diagnosed about I was diagnosed in early age. I can't remember the exact age, but it was quite early on, so I was able to get the support that I needed from an early age there. I joined IBM in January of 2020, so about 2 months before COVID forced us into a new way of working. But I have really enjoyed the journey. Outside of work, I am a keen video gamer. I have an interest in things that move. I enjoy learning about how things work. I've built my own gaming PC. Just enjoying the little things in life, you know.
Yeah.
As an IBMer, I feel that it has been a great journey. I've already seen a lot of changes in IBM since I joined. We've had a new CEO. We've had a lot of new strategies in the business I work in, and so forth.
Great. So maybe you could tell us, you sort of mentioned how much IBM changes. Maybe you could talk about how your career has progressed in IBM since you were first hired.
Well, I'm still in the same role I started in 2 years ago, but I have managed to master a lot of different things within our cloud, our IBM cloud. So when I started, I was mainly looking into the world of containers and Kubernetes, learning how to master containerization and how networking and security within Kubernetes works. Trying to solve some challenging use cases that clients have wanted us to help solve on our cloud. And now I have managed to take responsibility for a couple of smaller engagements, and am still working closely with my team to help clients learn how to fish on my cloud. That is basically my role statement. We sometimes produce POCs. We sometimes show them how to set something up so that they can get the stuff they need to get done on our cloud. We've had a couple of successful moves from other clouds because of the work we've done as well. One telecommunications client, for example, has begun putting some of its workloads on IBM Cloud instead of AWS.
So, Joshua, obviously you have passions for gaming. What is your passion in your day-to-day work at IBM?
My passion in my day-to-day work is problem solving.
Yeah.
Learning about the problems that clients face in our cloud and then figuring out how to solve them. And I've had a lot of challenging issues that I've managed to help solve. One issue that a client had was the lack of functionality that they needed for one of their services that they wanted to run on our cloud. We managed to find a workaround for that, and that helped eliminate a blocker that was preventing them from putting more workloads on our cloud. Another problem-solving solution that I've been doing recently is just investigating using using the APIs of VMware tools to help integrate middleware that our client has with said VMware tools, mainly around VM management, because their solution requires a lot of upscaling and downscaling as demand changes over time.
So outside of your day-to-day job, I know you are a neurodiversity leader within the local chapter of the neurodiversity at IBM Group. And I always love listening to your ideas, and you have been publishing about your experience. Maybe you could just share a little bit about how your neurodiversity impacts your experience at IBM.
I would say it has helped me see problems in a different way. We always say that neurodiverse people see problems in a different way. We see different patterns. We see different approaches to solving a problem. I also think my neurodiversity has brought a lot of positive things as well. I find that I am a lot of autistic people tend to be very honest. Honesty is something that we like to practice a lot. Dishonesty is something that definitely peeves us. Which is, I try to be honest and truthful. BCDs also reinforce that. I think my neurodiversity has helped me become an ambassador for other people who might be in the same boat as I was when I was finding work several years ago. I talked a lot about how the job market is still very daunting for neurodiverse people. I feel that it has also helped me connect with other like-minded people within the organization who may also be neurodiverse. And it just has helped me to become a role model. I hope that I have become a role model for many other people that are wanting to follow a tech career.
Do you think you've had an impact on your own team? You've actually changed them?
I think I have helped them become more understanding of people who may be a bit different. And I feel that I have a supportive manager who is always willing to listen to my concerns and is supportive of me no matter what in my day-to-day role, as long as I get things done.
What's your manager's name, by the way?
Christina Penrose.
Yeah, great. So maybe you could just finally just share a particular day-to-day challenge that you experience as a neurodivergent within IBM and how you get by it, or how you help to get by it.
Just thinking. One day-to-day challenge is, I guess, I have faced recently a bit is focus. I can either get too focused on something and neglect other things, which I think a lot of people also have as a talent. But it says that once I get stuck into something, I get stuck into something, and that can be an advantage. That can be an advantage in some areas, but when you have a lot of things that you need to deal with, I think that's when it becomes a bit more of a challenge, and you need to effectively practice time management, which I think I have been getting better at as things just pick up after a lull and so forth. But having different things to work on is also a good thing, as it helps keep your mind sharp on a lot of different things you might need to work on.
Yeah, I think we all have challenges around focus, but thanks for sharing that about your experience. Look, Joshua, I'm really sorry to say, but that really brings us to the end of this Let's Listen podcast. So I'd really like to thank you for your time. And if anyone who's listening to this has any questions, feel free to post them below. I'll be adding in the article that Joshua recently wrote as well about neurodiversity. And if you need more information, you can go to ibm.biz/let's listen for more details about this program. So, as always, thanks for listening to us today at IBM.